The best winger of Euro 2020 disappeared 6 months after putting his name on everyone's lips. Federico Chiesa handed Italy the Euros with his majestic performance in 2021. Winning 2 man-of-the-match performances and becoming the joint highest goal scorer for Italy played an important role in their success. The Juventus star player was riding on the best form of his career when everything fell apart. Now that he's returned, how well is Chiesa able to pick up the pieces? Will he ever be the same? Born to a former football player and coach, you could say Federico Chiesa's path was already set in stone. Federico Chiesa's father, Enrico Chiesa, was a striker for Fiorentina, Parma, and Siena. He also played for the Italian national team. For his son, Federico, who was born in Genoa, his football career began in a small village. He joined the Settignani youth team in Settignano. There, he was coached by the legendary Fiorentina player Kurt Hamrin. Then, gradually, Chiesa worked his way up to one of the clubs his father played for. Chiesa joined Fiorentina in 2007 and had to walk his way up. He was assigned to the U19 team in the 2014-15 season, where he scored just 1 goal in 7 appearances. The next year was different, as he scored 7 goals in 23 appearances. By the end of the 2015-16 season, he put pen to paper to sign his first professional contract with the club after 9 years of hard work. At the age of 19, young Chiesa made his competitive debut, and the rest is history. He went on to score 5 goals and make 4 assists in his debut season for Fiorentina. Seeing how promising the rising star could be, the club decided to propose a new contract to Chiesa. The deal was done. Chiesa extended his contract to 2021, but he didn't stay up to that. First, he had some outside-the-pitch duties he had to take care of. The Fiorentina player enrolled in the International School of Florence. There, he spent 2 years at the university studying sports science and also frequently taking English lessons. Who knows, maybe a big English club could come knocking. In the next 2 seasons in Florence, Chiesa had 17 goals and assists in 2017-18 and 20 goals and assists the following year. He was becoming the new sensation for Serie A, and only time would tell when the giants of Serie A came knocking. For Chiesa, he was making his mark on the pitch. In a match against Bologna, the winger put on a clinic, scoring his first senior hat-trick. Turin giant Juventus felt that they'd seen enough and wanted the young lad to come to Allianz Stadium to wow its fans. The only issue was the price tag slammed on Fiorentina's best player. Juventus was hesitant, but it wasn't until the closing day of the transfer market that the deal was done. This was a 2-in-1 deal. First, Chiesa will sign a 2-year loan deal with Juventus. 3 million euros in the first season and 7 million euros in the second season will be paid to Fiorentina. After that, there's an obligated 50 million euro permanent transfer fee that will be paid. In this new deal with the old lady, Federico Chiesa will get a bump of 4.5 million euros a season. Now, it was left to him to prove that the money was worth it. It was until something happened. In his debut season with Juventus, Chiesa didn't take long before he reproduced his fine form on the biggest stage. He was in the best form of his life, raking in 15 goals and 11 assists in all competitions. His presence in the team gave Juventus 2 titles that season. He won the Supercopa Italiana and the Coppa Italiana in his debut season. He was also key in the Coppa Italia final, scoring the match-winning goal against Atalanta. His individual effort did not go unnoticed, as he made the Serie A Team of the Year and was awarded the Pallone Azzurro for the best Italian player of that same year. So at the end of the 2020-21 season, it was a no-brainer that Federico Chiesa would be among the Italian team going to Euro 2020. Before then, Chiesa had made 18 caps for the Azzurri. This was the time to make a statement for himself on the international stage, and he did it effortlessly. In the final group match against Wales, Chiesa won man of the match for his amazing performance. Italy was also able to hold on to a 1-0 lead to secure the top spot in the group. Then they faced Austria in the round of 16 at Wembley. There, Chiesa made his mark, scoring the first goal for Italy. The match ended 2-1, and Chiesa was a record breaker in this match. He and his father became the first father and son pair to score a goal in the Euros. At the semi-final against Spain, Chiesa repeated the same thing. He scored the opening goal for Italy. Although the match went to a penalty shootout, Italy was triumphant. This was also the second time in the Euros that Chiesa was named man of the match by UEFA. England was also heading to the final to meet Italy at Wembley Stadium. Chiesa played all through, but not until the 86th minute when he had to be replaced by his teammate Federico Chiesa. However, Italy won the penalty shootout against England and became the Euro 2020 champion. For Chiesa, his exceptional performance in the tournament placed him in the team of the tournament. This was a perfect start to the 2021-22 season until disaster struck. Starting the 2021-22 season as a hero for both his country and club, Chiesa was ready to take down every win and deliver the Serie A title to Juventus. He was already bringing in the goals and assists. In just 18 matches, Chiesa had 4 goals and 4 assists. Then, the worst happened. During a match against Roma at Stadio Olimpico, the most horrendous injury to happen to a Juventus star player. Federico suffered an ACL injury and was ruled out for the rest of the season. Just 6 months after winning the Euros, Chiesa was bench-ridden with the worst leg injury. For the next 6 months, Chiesa went for surgery and began rehabilitation. Finally, he was match fit, but he had to start from the bench. After a series of bench substitutions, he made his first start just a year after the injury. But his return was a baptism of fire as Napoli demolished Juventus 5-1. In his 33 appearances in 2022-23, he had only 4 goals and 6 assists. How has the mighty fallen? All in all, there have been subtle flashes of the old Chiesa. His craftiness to wriggle out of tight corners, his lightning pace, and his ability to leave defenders helpless because of his two-footedness were beginning to spring out as Chiesa's confidence increased. Similar to Juve's greatest number 10 Alessandro Del Piero, the fans will be anticipating Chiesa's return to his elite form. For Del Piero, who suffered the same injury as Chiesa, it took him 2 years before he returned to form. From 1999 to 2001, he was a shell of himself, scoring just 9 league goals each season. The fans wanted him relegated to the bench, but legendary coach Carlo Ancelotti had faith in him, and it paid off, although he had to change style from relying on his speed to more technique. If you love Chiesa, kindly give this video a like and subscribe to the channel as we get back to the video. Chiesa is also in the same tunnel as Del Piero, and it seems he's already at the end of his tunnel. To prove that he was back to performing at his best, he wanted to make a statement on the very pitch that took 2 years of his career. In the Stadio Olimpico against Roma, Chiesa's partnership with Dusan Vlahovic sent shivers down the spines of Roma defenders. Throughout the 2023-24 season, it was no secret that the 3-5-2 system of Max Allegri didn't favor Chiesa, who considers himself a winger in a 4-3-3 formation rather than a second striker. Either way, when allowed to run from deep or attack space, Chiesa can still be lethal for Juve. After falling to a Romelu Lukaku opening goal, Brazilian defender Bremer leveled the scoreline for the old lady. But it was Chiesa who was the architect of the masterpiece. The Italian's twist and turns on the right-hand side ended in him floating the ball into the box with his left foot. Then Bremer rose to the occasion, high above everyone else, and planted the ball into the bottom corner of the net. In the second half, the Juventus winger brought more arsenal to the pitch. First, his sumptuous strike after making a ridicule of Rasmus Christensen hit the post. Then Chiesa went further to force a good save from Roma keeper Mile Svilar. The match ended in a draw, but this was the best performance by Chiesa since the beginning of the season in 2023-24. Federico ended the season with 10 goals and 3 assists in all competitions and will be looking to get back to his high scoring and assists in the seasons to come for Juventus, but there's only one issue that may hinder that. Chiesa has only a year left on his contract. Although a new deal commenced, Chiesa's relationship with Allegri is sour. He's not comfortable with the formation of the Juventus coach and only completed 6 Serie A matches. While the forward's poor form could be partly linked to his ACL injury, Allegri's current system does not do him justice to his style of play. But it seems Juventus has found a solution to Chiesa's worries and has appointed Bologna former coach Thiago Motta. He is a master of attacking football. He was able to take a less quality side as Bologna to finish in a Champions League spot. The last time they appeared in the Champions League was 59 years ago. Also, another spec to this transfer is that Chiesa will be able to play in his favorite position, a winger. So, will all this be enough to make Chiesa stay at Juventus, or will he be interested in playing at a different club? At 26, Chiesa might be in danger of not fulfilling his potential, but the Euro 2024 will determine if he can still catch the fancy of big clubs and lure him away from Juventus, or will a good deal from Juventus make him stay for the long run? Which of the decisions do you think will be best for Federico Chiesa?